Hey there, Clashers, and welcome back. We've recently had our first perfect war at Town Hall 14, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of those hits. So we got this perfect war over here in WHF2 a couple of days ago, and I am going to look at about 10 of the attacks out of this war. So the video is going to be a little bit longer than what I usually do, but what I am going to do is actually link the timestamps down below for each attack strategy I'm going to take a look at. So if you want to watch this whole video from start to finish, awesome. If not, and you just want to see a couple of certain attacks, they are linked down below. Feel free to check those out. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into the first hit. Alright, so the first attack we're going to take a look at here is actually a Zap Lalo from Darlush, and he's going to be starting off with some sneaky goblins. Not sure why this base has this town hall set up like this, but he's going to let that tornado trap spin out, and he's going to send in the rest of the sneaky goblins. A very easy town hall snipe here. Gets that out of the way very early on. So zooming back out, the town hall is taken care of. The CC is lured out. We got some super minions in the CC, which those are actually recently nerfed if you guys aren't aware, and they are not nearly as good on defense anymore. But the King and Queen are working through at the bottom, a couple of wizards to help out as well, and then funneling off that archer tower on the left side so this RC can go in and get that multi-Inferno taken care of. So the heroes are going to get pretty good value here. CC is going down to the poison spell, and then the RC, she's going to get some value over here, get that multi, get the wizard tower, air defense, all that good stuff over there. And then the Lalo is going to be coming in from the right side of the base. Now at this point, I do believe he actually forgot to drop the lightning spells, but you can see with the multi-Inferno and the scatters, he can actually take all that out with the zaps and the quake. So the Lalo is working its way in now, and he's got some haste spells and a couple of free spells to make sure he can get all that moving on through. So the multi is starting to hit some of the pups there, sends the Stone Slammer in at the top, a couple of headhunters for the enemy RC, getting that Tesla farm taken care of. Here come the zaps and the earthquake, gets that multi, gets those scatters a little bit late, but he's still able to get the job done and get through the rest of these defenses here, and he still has 11 balloons to drop into the base. So drops those in there, he still has a haste, still has 3 freezes, so he's really got a lot of spells left to get through the rest of this base. And of course he's got plenty of cleanup. He's got minions, pups, he's got that dragon out of the Stone Slammer. We are going to speed up the rest of this cleanup because there's nothing left on this base. A nice hit from Darlush, taking advantage of the weaknesses of the base. Next up, we've got Inferno Dragons from Mr. Asian, but this is going to be a little bit of a different approach than what we usually see with this army. He's going to be starting off with the Blizzard, and the Blizzard's going to be able to clear out the core of this base and then make for pretty nice pathing for the Inferno Dragons to come in. So there's the blimp landing in the middle of the base. Again, we see those super minions in the CC. They're going to go down pretty easily to the Blizzard. Town Hall's down. He should be able to get the single and one of those air expos. He doesn't quite get the other expo that keeps getting hit with the invisibility, but that's not going to be a big deal here. And then we'll see the King and Queen coming in from 12 o'clock, and you can kind of see where the pathing is going to be for the army that's coming in over here by about 2 o'clock. So there we go, King and Queen with an Ice Golem coming in at the top side of the base. Super Wall Breakers coming in, that's going to give them access, get the King in there to start taking down some of these buildings. So that's going to help shape up the funnel here. Gets a baby dragon in. Wants that queen to go back into the base. I don't think she's going to go though. She's going to work her way towards the 3 o'clock corner. Not going to be a big deal. Here come the Inferno Dragons. Balloons in with them, and then they're going to have the Warden, of course. And he is still hanging on to that RC. So we'll see her coming in later. He gets some Skelly spells down early on. And then these guys are going to be working their way in. He is holding on to that Warden ability, because the Eagle is not quite targeting the Inferno Dragons. There they are now, and then they're working their way into that scatter shot. So there's the Warden ability. A bit later than you usually see, but well timed there, keeping all that damage off those troops. Pops the King ability over there towards 9 o'clock. The King is just working through all these buildings in this compartment, and the Dragons are going to be working through the Eagle here shortly. The RC is finally coming in from the top side. She's going for that Tesla that was actually skipped by the heroes on the entry. He still has all of his heroes alive, still has RC ability, obviously. She just went into the base. All that's really left is the scatter shot, and then a couple of point defenses down here at the bottom. Very nice hit here. This is crushed by Mr. Asian. Next up, we've got Seb coming in with a hybrid attack. Hybrid's still solid at this stage of the game. And he's going to be starting off with the Yeti Bomb here with a Rage. And he's actually going to clear out this multi-Inferno compartment. So he'll get the Wizard Tower, multi-Inferno, the Builder Hut, Scatter Shot, all that taken down with just the Yeti Bomb and the Rage. So good value here. Plus, of course, he gets the CC lured out. So he doesn't have to worry about dealing with that on the fly. But that compartment's cleared out. He gets a little extra down here. The Queen is going to be starting off under a lot of damage here, unfortunately. So she is going to be dealing with the CC here. The Expo and the Archer Tower both firing at her with those CC troops. So he is going to have to pop ability. Drops a Rage as well. Keeps that Queen alive though. And she is going to be able to continue pushing forward. Another Coco Loon in. And then Queen's going to start making her march up towards the other Scatter Shot. So he's going to let the Queen work. She's going to have to fight the King. He does have a couple of Headhunters to help out with that though. Baby Dragon on the outside going to help keep the Queen inside of the base as well. So this is working out pretty well so far. Rage Spell is down for the Queen. He did only need to drop in one of the Headhunters. He can save the other one. Does pull a couple of Skelly Traps there with the Headhunter. So the Queen's going to be distracted a little bit, taking care of those. But he's going to drop the next Wall Breaker in over here by the Gold Storage. That's going to give that Queen access to the Town Hall, the Multi-Inferno. She can already reach the Scatter, but she's going to be able to work through all that over there. So there's the Wall Breaker. Of course, the Queen does take her sweet time getting to the Town Hall. She's got to work through the storage and all these other buildings over there. In the meantime, we do have the King coming in over here by 3 o'clock. Hybrid's going to be working its way into the base there. And the King, of course, is going to help keep them inside of the base. He does have that Unicorn to get a little bit of healing here. Pops the King's ability. The last Headhunter goes in to help with that hero there. Warden ability goes off, and the Hybrid is pushing its way into the base. The Queen's still going strong on the other side. She will be eventually working her way to that Dark Elixir storage and then finally to the Town Hall. In the meantime, we've got the Hybrid working its way towards the Town Hall from the other side, using those heals inside of the base, keeping everything nice and healthy as they move their way in. The Queen is finally working on the Town Hall, drops that freeze spell there, help keep that Queen alive. She doesn't have her ability anymore at this point, does have the RC ability though, and the Town Hall finally goes down, drops one more freeze over here. So the Queen's going to be able to live. He's got a lot of Hybrid troops still alive. The King's still alive on the top side thanks to that Unicorn, providing just that little bit of healing there. Drops the last Super Wall Breaker, and this is crushed for a nice triple. Next up, we got one of my attacks here coming in with my favorite army, and that is Dragbat, and the RC is going to be coming into this 3 o'clock compartment with the Scatter Shot, and I do want her to clear out that entire compartment, so she's setting the funnel for the dragons, as well as the King and Queen, which are going to be going into that multi-compartment up here at the top side. So the Ice Golem popped. I do have 2 invisibility spells that I meant for the RC, but I'm only going to actually use one of them in this case. But the RC is going to get through that Scatter. She'll get through the Archer Tower. You can see there, only needed 1 invisibility to do that. The RC is going to march on, get a little more value, but the single is going to take her out. In the meantime, we got a Baby Dragon and a Super Wall Breaker to get this King and Queen to go into the multi-compartment. And eventually, they're going to actually get into the core of the base here. So there's that last invisibility that I thought I needed for the RC. Able to use it for the heroes just to take a little bit of damage off of them as they make their push into the core of the base. So as they start working their way in, the dragons are starting in here from the bottom side, and they're going to be pushing into the Town Hall. You can see the Yak is actually helping to push the heroes into the core. They're going to get that other Scatter Shot out of the way, and then get quite a bit of damage on this Wizard Tower over here before they finally go down. But we got super minions out of the CC, no big deal. Hit that Warden ability, drop the Rage in. The Town Hall should melt very quickly here, and there it goes, just like that. I was a little unfortunate to find the Tesla farm over here on the left side, so I took nothing but balloons in my Slammer. I wanted it to go in and basically pop over top of that single target Inferno. Unfortunately, the balloons, they did not help out with the single like I wanted, but it worked out in the end. Bats are coming in from the top side. I don't really have much as far as splash damage goes anymore, so the bats, they're going to be able to basically blow through the rest of these defenses unchecked and then start helping out with cleanup. So that last Wizard Tower goes down pretty quickly. Single goes down. Bats are helping on cleanup. I got a lot of dragons left up. Balloons, minions, and this was crushed for the triple. Next up, we got Manny the Miner coming in with Queen Charge Miners. Not only an unusual army, but also a couple of extra unusual things with the army. First of all, he's going to be starting off with the log launcher in a way that's not really typical, but it works out pretty well. He's going to use that log launcher to clear out that 9 o'clock compartment. So he's just going to kind of send it in there, and then Yetis come out, help clear out those defenses, and that's going to set the funneling for the queen to go into that scattershot compartment. So we're going to be seeing that coming in here real shortly. And he does have 10 regular wall breakers, no super wall breakers, probably doesn't have them unlocked right now. But there we go, log launcher working its way in, sending those logs in, just gets that wall opened up before it goes down. And then he's going to be able to get that single taken down. The queen's going to get the storage out of the way. And then he's going to open up this wall over here. He does drop that baby dragon in to funnel the queen into this scattershot compartment. So there we go. Healers are down, wall breakers coming in, get that wall opened up, no problem. Now the queen, she can reach the expo, she can reach the scatter, and then the miners are going to be coming in from the top side here before too long. So we do get the CC pulled out, we got those super minions, he drops that poison back for them, and then the queen, she'll be able to take care of that Valk. Does pop her ability there, but she's going to be able to continue pushing through and working her way in. So the king is in on the outside now. He does have that lassie with the king to help get a little bit more damage there, and hopefully keep these troops funneled in. But as you're going to see here, the king actually does a pretty poor job of that, mainly because he's going inside of this compartment here. So the miners, they're going to kind of stay ahead of the king here throughout this attack, but he is going to get a nice warden ability here and then get that heal spell as they start moving into the next part of the base. A couple of giant bombs there, no problem. And you can see the miners kind of drifting to the outside part of the base. He does have a decent sized group there. He's got some hasted balloons, and that's the other fairly unusual thing. That's something we actually used to see fairly often, but we don't really see it anymore. But Manny the miner, bringing him back with his queen charge miner attack, gets that bomb tower taken down as well as a cannon. So some critical splash damage off the board. Miners take down the RC. RC actually helps pull those miners back into the base that had kind of bounced out. But they are going to bounce out again for these buildings down here. The king does still have his ability, so he's going to be able to hit that later on. Unfortunately, the RC is going to go down here to the enemy king as she tries to work her way in for the eagle. He does freeze up the eagle and the enemy king there, but the RC is going to get distracted. She won't quite be able to get it taken down. But we got the king and the miners working their way around the outside of the base, and we do have some healers left as well, and they will eventually get switched over to the miners, keep them healthy through the rest of this base. He's got a couple of cleanup troops as well to help kind of get some of these outside buildings taken care of. There's the king's ability. Miners finally working their way back into the base. They're going to be able to work over here, get the enemy king taken down, get that eagle taken down. Then after that, there's not a whole lot left. He does have an expo and a wizard tower there on the very back end, but the miners with these healers, they're just not going to go down for the rest of the raid. So the king's going to be there. He's actually tanking the expo, which is also nice. And then the miners are going to finish this up for a nice 3-star. Here we have Noor coming in with a Blizzard Lalo, and he's going to be using the Blizzard down here at the bottom side of the base. He's going to get that CC taken care of, get that Town Hall taken out, and essentially clear out this area to funnel his heroes into the base. So here we go, Blimp's coming in, and Viz is down. Ragefell's going to come down, and then he's going to get that CC out of the way, and then the Wizards will turn, get the Town Hall taken care of, and then they're not going to get a whole lot after that. That's not a big deal. He does drop one more invisibility spell. They'll get a few more buildings. That is going to help with the funnel here. King's coming in at 6 o'clock, and he's going to start working his way up towards about 4 or 5 o'clock. So there's a Yeti in. He's got a Golem in to help tank some damage as the heroes make their way in. And you can see he's got a jump spell, and he's going to wall break into that wizard tower compartment over here. So here we go. Troops are working their way in. King and queen, they do have that Golem. Unicorn is on the king. And then Yak with the king, and there's the jump spell. RC is also going to come in. She's actually going to go to that multi-inferno compartment. So the king and queen are going to work their way in, get the enemy queen down, and then they're going to get these scatter shots and eagle taken care of as well. So they do find a couple of skelly traps there, no big deal. Pops the king ability, and then everything's going to continue to work in. RC's getting some defenses on the right side taken care of. The king will be going down before too long to the enemy RC. That's not too big of a deal. He does still have the queen with her ability there in the core of the base. So the queen is going to finish up the eagle, uses the invisibility over here for the RC, and she's getting quite a bit of value over there as well just on her own. So pops the queen ability, gets the other scatter shot down, gets the enemy RC down, and I mean there's just not much left of this base. The multi-infernos are going to be a little bit annoying, but really he's just got to get through these couple of expos at the top side, So you'll see the Warden ability going off relatively early to get through those. So there's the haste spell, there's the Warden ability, and then he's just going to need some balloons to path in for that multi, and he'll have that pretty well handled. A couple more balloons coming in from the side here. He does have a couple more freezes and another haste spell. So now he has some balloons breaking off to that core multi, and then he's going to have a larger group of balloons going down to that bottom multi. So he's got both of those multis handled. He's got plenty of cleanup around the edges, and this was a great hit here from Nor. The biggest thing was coming from the hero value. They got quite a bit of the base down before the balloons even hit the field. But again, great job, nice triple. We will speed up the cleanup here. Alright, so we've already seen a Zap Lalo and a Blizz Lalo. Now we're going to take a look at a Queen Charge Lalo. Darlush coming in again, and this is a very similar base to what he hit in the first attack. But this time, instead of zapping out the double scatters in the multi, he's opting for a Queen Charge. And starting off with those sneaky goblins, taking down the Town Hall. Easy value there. You can see he's going to be starting the Queen Charge over here. He actually starts off with the King to tank a lot of this initial damage. There's quite a bit of that up here. We got the Skelly Traps. We got some ground troops out of the CC. He's got the Poison Spell on those super minions. So the King's popped his ability, getting through some of these buildings, and then setting the way for this Queen to work her way in. And if you look at the value that the Queen could potentially get up here, you've got 4 Expos. You got both of the scatter shots. You got the Tesla farm, of course. You got 3 Inferno towers, the enemy RC, both sweepers. Really, the only major defense that isn't up here in the top side of the base is the Eagle. And that's the only thing the Lalo is going to have to worry about. But the Queen, she's going to continue to work in. As long as he can keep her alive, she's going to get huge value here, and that's what we're going to be seeing. He is going to be dropping lots of rage spells in relatively quickly, but with all this damage up here, he has to keep that Queen alive. She does work through the enemy King. He's going to send that RC in to help support on the edges and try and keep this Queen working downwards towards the main defenses. So she's got the top part of the base taken down now, and she can continue working her way in there, get these sweepers down, get those last 2 Expos down, and of course these Inferno towers down. So the RC is going to pop her ability there. Shield's going to help out to clean some of that up, and then the Queen's going to continue to work her way down. RC does go down, drops a freeze spell on the enemy RC. So the Queen's going to work in, take her down quickly, and then continue to work her way towards that Expo and Inferno Tower. In the meantime, we do have the Lalo coming in now. A couple of balloons with the Stone Slammer down here at the bottom side. That's going to funnel some of these bottom defenses so that the main group of balloons at the top side, they can basically work their way straight into the Eagle. And the Queen actually could reach the Eagle, but as much time as she's already taken off the clock, he's got to get the Lalo going, and it's going to wrap around the base. And it's not going to have any problem getting through the Eagle, so there we go. Warden ability goes off, the haste spell goes in, balloons crush their way through. The Queen actually doesn't even make her way back to that last Inferno Tower, but she doesn't need to. He's got a bunch of balloons still alive. She does help those balloons take down that last Inferno Tower, and this base was absolutely crushed. Great hit here from Darlush. Here we got Martini coming in with something a little bit unusual, and we're going to be seeing a Queen Charge Hogs coming in. And there's actually a hole in the base over here, and he's going to be using that to send the blimp in. So he's not sending the blimp to the Town Hall, he's actually just sending it for the Wizard Tower and the Scatter Shot here. So there we go, Rage Spell is going to help those Yetis get the Scatter Shot taken down, Wizard Towers down, and then he's got that CC pulled as well, starting the Queen off up here on the top side of the base. He's got a couple of balloons he can send in, check for any Seeking Air Mines, and then drops those healers in. And then you're going to see the King and a couple of Headhunters come in here at the enemy RC. That's going to break off that funnel so that the Queen can work her way in. And of course she can reach the Town Hall there. She can reach the second Scatter Shot, reach that multi-Inferno. So the Queen's going to get a lot of value here with this charge going right on into the base. So Rage Spell's down, there's a wall breaker, gets that wall opened up. There's the King like I mentioned earlier with the Headhunter. And then the King's going to head down towards 3 o'clock. Queen's going to work her way into the base, and again, she can get quite a bit of value here, even finds the Tesla farm over here. Queen can work her way through that, and the RC is actually going to come in and help support, make sure this Queen works her way through here, drops a Skelly spell in to distract some of these defenses as well. Last couple of balloons are going to come in, and then the Queen, she's finally onto that Scatter Shot there. The Expo is going to go down to the RC. RC is going to work her way to the right, and he's getting some funneling set up now for the Hog Riders as well. So the Queen does get pulled in towards the Town Hall thanks to the Tornado Trap, but she's going to pop her ability here, get that Town Hall taken down, and then get that Multi-Inferno taken down, as well as that Wizard Tower on the backside. But we got the Hog Riders moving in now. They got the Warden over there. He's going to use that Warden ability with the Headhunters to get the enemy Queen taken care of. So there we go. Headhunters moving in. Hogs are moving through with the invincibility there. And then they've got the enemy King right there beside the enemy Queen. So the Headhunters can work through her and then work right on through the King as well. So the Hogs are working into that Eagle compartment and around the edges as well. And there's not a whole lot of splash left. We got a Wizard Tower and a Bomb Tower, but the Queen's going to be able to work her way in towards that Bomb Tower over there. Heal spell around the multi. He's got Hogs pretty much everywhere on this base, and they're working their way through these defenses. He does find a whole bunch of giant bombs there right beside that Bomb Tower. Loses a bunch of Hogs, but he's still got some Hogs to come in, take down that last defense, and then work on cleanup. Nice hit here from Martini. Alright, with this next hit, we got Martini coming in again, this time with the Mass Witch attack. And we're going to be starting off with that Warden Walk down there at the bottom side of the base. He's got to work through a couple of storages here, but he is eventually going to get through that scatter shot down there towards 6 o'clock. So the Warden's going to be doing his thing. He's got a lot of trash buildings over here towards the 9 o'clock corner. So I think just 1 or 2 witches over there, and he can get pretty much all that cleared out while the Warden's working down here at the bottom side of the base. So there's a witch over there getting through some of those buildings. And then obviously he's going to have that funneling set so that he can go straight into that Town Hall. He does have the blimp selected at the moment, but he is going to be switching that up to the Wall Wrecker, which we haven't been seeing quite as much since the log launcher was introduced. Did drop a couple of quakes up here at the top side. Not entirely sure what the quakes were for, but there they are. Got a little bit of damage on the Town Hall at least. So the scatter shot is down, and now he can pull that Warden back and start getting this army moving towards the Town Hall. So there we go. We got the Golem in, we got some witches in, got the Queen going, and then we'll be seeing that Wall Wrecker come in shortly as well. A couple more witches were added to the 9 o'clock corner, and they're going to stay on the outside of the base and work their way up. So the Wall Wrecker is going to slowly work its way through the walls here. The single is going to stay distracted. He does also drop a Skelly spell in there, but the Town Hall does kind of work on those pretty quickly. But the Wall Wrecker's moving through, gets the Inferno Tower taken down, and then the Wall Wrecker's going to punch its way through to the Town Hall. Does drop a free spell there. He's got a couple of balloons with a Hound coming out of the CC. Poison's going to make quick work out of the balloons and the Wizard there, and then the Hound's just going to kind of drift around to the Witches finally take it down. So the Wall Wrecker finally makes it to the Town Hall, drops a Rage spell, gets everything taken down there in the core of the base. He's got some Witches working through, Skelly spells over here with the RC, and of course he's got the King up here with some Witches, and they'll be working through all these buildings as well. Still has the Queen ability, still has the RC ability, and still has a free spell to use. So the RC's working through. He's got one Wizard over here doing cleanup behind the RC as she works her way around the base. And then of course, thanks to all these Skellies over here, the single should stay distracted for the most part. Does lock onto the Queen for a minute, drops the free spell. Not sure that he needed to, but it does help freeze up those Expos as well. Queen's going to get the single taken down. She'll work in, help take these Expos down, help get that enemy Queen down. And then he does still have the Queen ability, but he's not really going to need it here. And this is going to be another 3-star for WHF2. Alright, so the last replay of this recap is actually going to be my second attack, and this one's going to be a Blizzard Dragon attack. So I'm going to be sending that Blizzard in to this cannon here on the top side of the Town Hall. The Hound does go in to distract some defenses, pull some SAMs. I do drop that blimp right there just inside of that compartment. I do get the CC pulled out. I'll take care of the CC, get one of the scatters down. Of course, we'll get the Town Hall down, and as we take down the Town Hall, we'll get the other scatter shot down to about half health before we stop getting chains onto it. Now it's just a matter of funneling these dragons. I'm going to send them straight into the Multi-Inferno here. There was a dead space there, and I just I'll send my balloons and dragons right into the empty space. Not that it mattered if the dead space wasn't there. I think there's supposed to be a builder hut there. You just drop them right outside, it does the same thing. But there we go, dragons in, we got the balloons in, King's working on the outside. I actually didn't want my Queen going in with the dragons, but the Yak was getting a little carried away there, breaking some walls so that my Queen can go wherever she wants to. But anyway, I can see that my troops are about to split up, so I pop that Warden ability, and I hit that rage spell. Didn't really get much value out of that rage, to be honest. But the troops are moving their way in. I did bring 2 bat spells as well to drop on this single, and then the RC's coming in from 3 o'clock. So she's going to come in, help take care of some of these defenses, especially that air defense. The bats help take down that single Inferno, keep it distracted. I don't really lose any dragons to that, which is nice. Now I've got a heal spell and 2 freezes, plus the RC ability. The only thing that's looking a little sketchy are these Teslas and that last scatter shot on the very back end of the base. But I do still have this king alive as well, with a bunch of barbarians, and that's helping out quite a bit. And of course I got a lot of dragons still alive. So I did drop a freeze up here because that one dragon that was about to die was able to take down an air defense. So that was decent value out of the freeze spell there. Now I got the heal spell coming in, and it's not really in a great spot there, but I knew all the dragons were going to fly through that spot right there so they could pick up a little more HP before they hit into the backside. Honestly, I should have dropped the heal spell over here over the storages. That would have been smarter, but I was getting a little bit anxious with the rest of this attack here. But we can see I got the king moving through. I got a bunch of dragons moving straight to the scatter shot. I dropped this last freeze on the enemy RC here, so the king and the barbarians can take her out with the dragon's help. And I've got a lot of dragons up. This base is crushed for another 3-star. And that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you like this, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you guys want to see more Clash of Clans content from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you all next time.